Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash. Welcome back. Preview time. Villa versus Arsenal this Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. The Premier League, man. It is relentless. Game week 2 and we're already playing against the team that finished 4th last season. This league just conjures up the games. Last week it was Chelsea City, Villa Arsenal. This week I think it's United Liverpool next week. Like, wow. Big game already. And it's go time, man. We need all 3 points. They've started with a win. We started with a win. They're going to be confident. We're going to be confident. They beat us last season twice. There's a lot to factor in here. There's the Unai Emery factor. So much. But yeah, I'm gonna start with the two teams last week. Obviously, the season's just started. We both got off to winning starts. I'll start with Villa. They went to West Ham, a tricky away game at any point of the season, and especially off the back of the transfer window they've had so far. Villa would have gone into that game a bit weary because West Ham are a strong team. They've got some very good players that they've brought in, but they managed to go there and get a 2-1 win. A goal from Anana, their big money signing in midfield, a player that, if I'm being honest, would have suited a lot of us in the big six. So that's a great coup for them. And then the winner from John Duran, who's been linked with a move all summer, but he pops up and gets them a winner on the opening day. So yeah, very good win for them, and they'll be very happy with that. And then us, obviously you've seen my review. Hopefully, if you haven't, then go and check that out. But yeah, a good solid performance from us on the opening day, a 2-0 win against Wolves. Goals from Havertz and Saka off the mark, both of them, and a clean sheet as well, which was massive. But yeah, good performance from us, but this is going to be a much bigger test away at one of the stronger clubs in the league, like I mentioned. So yeah, like I said, last season we went to Villa Park and we lost 1-0. I think it was the same week that they beat City. That was a tough game. I remember that game was very frustrating. We created so many chances, but we just weren't clinical enough. Conceded the early goal, and that was it for the rest of the game, pretty much. And then at the Emirates, the game in the running, the only game we lost in the run, I think that was our only defeat maybe in 2024 in the league. At home to Villa, 2-0 defeat. Oh, that was crushing. And that ended up being pretty much the difference between us being champions or not. And it had to be our old manager, Unai Emery, didn't it? And yeah, it seems to... there's been a conversation sparked in the media, mainly from a conversation on AFTV, one of their interviews, where they were talking about Emery or Arteta, who's the better manager. I'm not going to get into all that. Most of you know my thoughts anyway. Arteta is my guy. And yes, Emery's had a great career. Arteta's new to his career pretty much. But right now, for me, there's no argument. But yeah, that doesn't take away anything from Emery. He's done an amazing job at Villa. And it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, going into the weekend, we don't know much about any team news. I haven't heard of any injuries yet. Arteta's into pre-match conference is scheduled for, I think, about 9:30 on Friday morning. So we'll know a lot more then. But hopefully there's no injury issues. We've got a fully fit squad to choose from. Apart from the players that were out already, I think Tomiyasu. And the big news today, Mikel Merino, the deal is agreed. Big move for us. Feels like it's gone on for ages. Literally about 4 to 6 weeks we've been hearing about this deal. But it's finally agreed. I think the deal in pounds works out to be about 32 million all in with add-ons in that. Which is quite a lot for a guy he's 28 and he's on his last year of his contract. But I'm really excited to see him come into the team. Hopefully it's the end of seeing Havertz in the 8. We've got a guy there that can slot in. He's a perfect number 8. He's a dual monster. Can get into what he's tidy on the ball as well. A proper Spanish midfielder, but with some serious bite about him. And you know what Arteta's like. He loves these dual monsters. Another 6-foot player. I think he dominated all the duels in Europe in terms of the stats last season. So yeah, he should fit in like a glove. and I'm really looking forward to seeing him join the club. So hopefully that deal gets done by the weekend, and then he can maybe be in the squad for next week. I can't see it happening for this weekend. But yeah, really happy with that signing. But yeah, on to what I think the starting 11 will be. I can't see there being many more changes. Again, and I think it's going to be like this most weeks, is the left back debate. Do you go with Zinchenko, who started last week and had a good pre-season? Do you go with Timber, who came on last week but is still kind of recovering from that ACL? Who knows what condition he is in? Obviously the doctors and that will all know what's best for him, but he looked decent when he came on last week. We've got Calafiori, who's coming in the summer, and he's still settling in, but is he ready now? Who knows? Kivior, can't see that happening, so we won't talk about him. And obviously Tomiyasu's injured, but that's the three players: Zinni, Timber, Calafiori. Who starts against Leon Bailey? Leon Bailey is a serious threat, and it's difficult. I don't know who I'd go. I wouldn't go for Zinni. I don't like him defensively, and in a tough away games you need to be strong defensively if you want to get something out of the game. So for me, it's gonna have to be either Timber or Calafiori. And I'd probably go with Timber just because he's obviously had more minutes than Calafiori in pre-season and in the league so far. Yes, he hasn't played for us many times, but he even knows the league a little bit more than Calafiori. And I don't know, he just seems like he'll be the one that gets the nod. I'll be very happy to see him start a game for us again. So yeah, that would be my back five, the usual. So Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and then I'd put Timber in there. And then another conundrum in midfield. Does Arteta stick with Partey, Rice, Odegaard? Didn't work perfectly last week. Like I said in my match review and with the player ratings, Partey was okay, but he was quite sloppy at times and difficult in transitions. He found it difficult. So will he get the chance again? Will he be able to cope with the likes of McGinn and all the runners that Villa have in midfield? And Declan Rice in the 8. He looked rusty. I'm not going to judge him really. But he could go Jorginho in the 6, or he could go Havertz in the 8 for this game and put Jesus up front. I wouldn't be mad at that. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't be mad at putting Havertz in the 8, Declan Rice back in the 6, and Odegaard obviously. Because we need energy in that midfield, and I don't know if Partey can manage it. So that's what I'd go with. I'd go with Martinelli again, give him another chance in a game where they're going to play a high line. You need that pace in behind, so I'd go with Martinelli. Jesus with Havertz running beyond him, and then Saka obviously on the right. So that's the team I would go for. And I am going to go with a 3-1 win to the Gunners. I'm going to go with Havertz to get on the score sheet again. I'm going to go with Saka to get on the score sheet again. And I'm going to go with Martinelli. Get off the mark, my boy. Get in behind their high line and go and get a goal. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know who you'd like to see in the starting 11. Like I said, in midfield, at left back, up front, there's a lot of question marks of who's going to play. So let me know what you think. And let me know what you think the score's going to be. And hopefully it's a 2-2 for us. It will be a massive win. Tell you that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But let me know your thoughts. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And we'll see you for the match review.